Top 10 Biggest Ports in Africa 2020. Welcome to Displore and thanks for watching. In today's video we shall be taking you across Africa and shining the light on the top 10 biggest ports in Africa as of 2020. With over 90% of Africa's imports and exports conducted by sea, there is an increasing need for innovation and development in the field of maritime. Africa covers about 6% of the Earth's total surface, with 38 of its 54 states either coastal or insular in nature. Africa has over 100 port facilities, a few of which handle 6% of the world's waterborne cargo traffic and about 3% of the world's container traffic. The ports in the African continent are not just a touristic nature, but also a field of serious business. And there is high competition between the different ports because they all want the title of the biggest port. With Africa being such an important continent, its ports tend to be significant points for transportation and connection with other countries. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Africa's ports have made huge progress in recent years, with massive benefits being reaped through successful port management partnerships. Inclusion in Sea Freight Middle East top 10 ports is based not only on throughouts but also on improvement and investment plans. The measuring units we shall be using in this video is TEU, 20-foot equivalent unit, which is an inexact unit of cargo capacity often used to describe the capacity of container ships and container terminals. So without any further ado, here are the top 10 biggest ports in Africa as of 2020. Number 10. Damietta Port, Egypt, 1.2 million TEUs. Egypt's Damietta Port is located 10 kilometers west of the Nile River of Damietta branch, westward Ras El-Bar, 70 kilometers to the west of Port Said, and 200 kilometers from Alexandria Port. The port installations extend on an area of 11.8 kilometers square. The port is bordered by an imaginary line connecting the eastern and western external breakwaters. The entrance channel is 11.4 km long, 15 meter deep, and 300 meter wide, decreasingly reaching 250 meter at the breakwater fringe. The approach channel is bordered by 18 nightly lit buoys. The western breakwater is 1,640 meter long, with 140 meter land-based and 1,500 meter sea-based area. The eastern breakwater is 738 meter long, with 200 meter land-based and 538 meter sea-based area. Both breakwaters are made of stacked artificial acrobod piles topped with a concrete head. The barge channel consists of two sections. One is 1,350 meter long, connecting the barge dock to the sea, and the other is 3,750 meter, connecting the dock to the Nile estuary. At 1.2 million TEUs, Damietta Port is the 10th largest port in Africa. Number 9. Tama Port, Ghana, 1.21 million TEUs. The Tama Harbour is in Tama, located in the southeastern part of Ghana, along the Gulf of Guinea. Tama is a member of the International Association of Ports and Harbours. The construction of the harbour was proposed by British colonial officers in the Gold Coast before its independence. Under the leadership of Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah, the construction of the harbour began in the 1950s, with planning led by the award-winning city planner and the first Ghanaian architect, Theodore S. Clark, and was commissioned in 1962. The harbour lies along the Gulf of Guinea and is 18 miles from Accra, the capital of Ghana. The harbour has a water-enclosed area of 1.7 million square meters and covers a total land area of 3.9 million square meters. The harbour has 5 kilometers of breakwaters, 12 deep water berths, 1 oil tank berth, 1 dockyard, warehouses, and transit sheds. It also serves as a major transit point for goods from landlocked countries to the north of Ghana. Most of the country's chief exports, cacao, is shipped from Tama. The harbour handles 80% of Ghana's national exports and imports. Number 8. Port of Abidjan, Ivory Coast, 1.3 million TEUs. The autonomous port of Abidjan is a commercial port at Treichville in southern Abidjan, Ivory Coast. It is a transshipment and intermodal facility and is managed as a public industrial and commercial establishment. The port of Abidjan opened in 1951 after the development of the Vidri Canal, which enables deep-sea ships to use the port. It is the most important port in West Africa and the second most important in Africa, after the port of Durban. It is a major contributor to the economy of Ivory Coast, and the greater part of the external trade of landlocked countries such as Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Chad, and Guinea also passes through it. It offers a variety of related services, refining and industrial processing facilities, and the leading companies operating at the port are SDV Saga, SETV Terminal Operating Company, Vridi, Siratal, and Simat. According to the Ivorian Ministry of Economy and Finance, traffic through the port contributes to 90% of the customs revenues of Ivory Coast and 60% of the country's income. Number 7. Port of Dorale, Djibouti, 1.6 million TEUs. The port of Durban is an extension of the port of Djibouti, located 5 kilometers west of Djibouti city. The multipurpose port has terminals of handling oil, bulk cargo, and containers. It was partially owned and operated by DP World and China Merchants Holdings until its container facility was seized by the government of Djibouti in February 2018. The Dorali multipurpose port has a total of 15 berths over a 4-kilometer long quay. One of the berths is reserved for the use of the Chinese Navy, which has a base on the western edge of the port. All of the terminals have direct access to the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, which provides landlocked Ethiopia with railroad access to the sea. In 2016, 914,300 containers passed through the port of Dorali. On April 17, 2012, the Dorali Container Terminal became the second port in Africa to have equipment to detect nuclear and radioactive materials after the one in Mombasa, Kenya. The oil complex is characterized by the ability to accommodate vessels with a draft of 20 meters and has storage capacity of 370,000 meter cube. It is managed by the company Horizon Djibouti Terminal Limited, which is positioned as a major economic player in Djibouti. Number 6. Port of Casablanca, Morocco, 1.65 million TEUs. The Port of Casablanca refers to the collective facilities and terminals that conduct maritime trade handling functions in Casablanca's harbors and which handle Casablanca's shipping. The port is located near Hassan II Mosque and is one of the largest artificial ports in Morocco and in the world. Though it was eclipsed when Tangier met, a cargo port 40 km east of Tangier and the largest on the Mediterranean coast of Africa in terms of capacity, went into service in 2007. The port of Casablanca's initial capacity was 3.5 million shipment containers. Casablanca's port handles more than 21.3 million tons of traffic annually, which is to say 38% of Moroccan traffic. With an extent of 605 hectares and extending to more than 8 kilometers in length, it can accommodate and treat more than 35 ships at the same time. The port is managed by Massa Maroc, the successor of ODEP, or Office d'Exploitation des Ports, a publicly owned establishment which has the principal role of ensuring the management of passengers, goods and ships passing through the Moroccan ports. Number 5. Port of Mombasa, Kenya, 1.65 million TEUs. The Port of Mombasa is the principal Kenyan seaport and comprises of Kilindini Harbour and Port Wright on the eastern side of the Mombasa Island and the Old Port and Port Chudo, north of the Mombasa Island. Kilindini is naturally deep and well sheltered and is the main harbour where most of the shipping activities take place. It has 16 deep water berths, 2 oil terminals and safe anchorages and mooring buoys for sea-going ships. The Port of Mombasa does not only serve Kenya, but also it is the main gateway to the Eastern African hinterland countries of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, DRC and Southern Sudan. Number 4. Port of Ngura, South Africa, 2 million TEUs. The Port of Ngura is a deep water port on the east coast of Indian Ocean of South Africa, 20 kilometers northeast of Port Elizabeth. It was authorized by an Act of Parliament in 2002 and construction started in September of the same year, and the port became operational in October 2009 when the MSC Catania docked at the port. The Port of Ngura is South Africa's newest port and the deepest container port in the country. It has an entrance channel, 18-meter port, Chat Datum in depth, a turning basin of 600 meters in diameter, and also at 80-meter port Chat Datum. 1 general cargo berth at 80-meter port Chat Datum, and 4 container berths and 2 general cargo berths at 60-meter port Chat Datum. The port Chat Datum at the Port of Ngura is 1.026 meters below the South African mean sea level. The biggest container vessels to have been handled at the port are MSC's 12,500 TEU vessels. The Port of Ngura complements the existing ports of South Africa, mainly the twin sister port, Port of Elizabeth and the deep-water port in Richards Bay and Saldanha. The port was also planned to serve as a container terminal that would relieve congestion in other ports and to serve as a transshipment hub, serving primarily the African East and West Coast traffic and also interline traffic from South America to Asia. Number 3. Port Zayed Port, Egypt, 3.5 million TEUs. The Port of Port Zayed is the 28th busiest seaport for container transport, the second busiest in the Arab world, and narrowly behind the port of Zalala in Oman, and the busiest container seaport in Egypt, with over 3.5 million TEUs transported in 2009. It is divided into Port Zayed Port and East Port Zayed Port. The port is bordered seaward by an imaginary line from the western breakwater boundary to the eastern breakwater end, and from the Suez Canal area, it is bordered by an imaginary line extending transversely from the southern bank of the canal connected to Manzala Lake and the railway's Arcade Livestock. Number 2. Port of Durban, South Africa, 5.6 million TEUs. The port of Durban, commonly called Durban Harbour, is the largest and busiest shipping terminal in sub-Saharan Africa, which handles up to 31.4 million tons of cargo each year. It is the fourth largest container terminal in the Southern Hemisphere, handling 2,568,124 TEUs in 2012, but has recently been widened and now handles more than 5.6 million TEUs. The harbour entrance depth is now 19 meters in the approach channel, decreasing to 16 meters within the harbour. The navigation width is now 220 meters. Durban is the busiest port in South Africa and generates more than 60% of revenue. Number 1. Tangier Med Port, Morocco, 9 million TEUs. The port of Tangier Med is a Moroccan cargo port located on the Strait of Gibraltar, about 40 km east of Tangier, Morocco. It is the largest port on the Mediterranean and in Africa by capacity and went into service in July 2007. Its initial capacity was 3.5 million shipping containers, but as of 2019, the port has been upgraded to handle over 9 million containers and ranks the 18th in the world. The Tangier Med project is the largest port in Africa. The project is a strategic priority of the Moroccan government for the economic and social development of North Morocco region. It is part of the economic policy orienting Morocco towards exports based on 8 clearly identified export sectors, with particular emphasis on a free trade agreement with the European Union, which was to be implemented by 2012. There you have it, Displorers. Those were the top 10 biggest ports in Africa. Thanks for watching this video. If you want us to cover any of the top 10 topics, leave us suggestions in the comments and we will do well to grant your request. Also, if you did enjoy this video, do well to give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.